And welcome back, everyone. I'm Scott. Here are the bricks. Now let's go on with the review. Today we're coming fast at you with Lego Technic 42151, the Bugatti Bolide. Now let's dig into it. Or is it Bolide? My French isn't that good. This wonderful Lego Technic set was released this year. This is the 2023. It retails for $50 and it comes with 905 pieces. Bargain alert. That's pretty good. I mean, it's Technic, so a lot of it says Technic pins and small little doodads, but honestly, no, that's good. 905 pieces for 50 bucks. That's easily could have been a $70 set, but they didn't. They gave it to us for $50. This is Lego's attempt at making the Bugatti Bolide, or Bolide. This is a sister car to the Bugatti Chiron, I believe is how you pronounce it. This is the sister car. It comes with the same C shape as the Chiron, and it is a whopping 1,000, on the box has it over here, let's pull it up, has a whopping 1,578 horsepower with a 0 to 100 in 2 seconds and an 8.0-liter quad turbo W16, which is the same engine they put in the Chiron, I'm pretty sure. And can you just imagine going 0 to 100 in 2 seconds? Like you're just sitting at a stop sign and the fuck are you just going really fast in 100 seconds? Like, can you imagine that? Like, holy shit balls, dude, that's pretty fucking fast. Like, isn't that fucking weird? That's awesome though, isn't it? So, did Lego do this justice? Let's dig in. Of course they did justice, or at least they attempted to do justice. It's actually a pretty decent car. Overall, I'd have to say that I'm really enjoying with this build because it wasn't really complicated. It's a Technic set, so you do have to have that level of, you know, technical abilities to do it, which is really awesome. But when you get down to it, it's a Technic set, so it's kind of basic, not really difficult to make. The parts don't really struggle to get into. Technic pins are not bitches, so they do slide in very easily. And it's a very solid set, and it's got some weight to it. I'd say it's about 2 or 3 pounds. And it's tight. It's tight. Not a lot of loose pieces laying around. It's not really anything to be worried about when trying to play with it, because you can play with this set, and we'll get into that a little bit. And yeah, it's not really sloppy. It's really nice. I actually can really enjoy this build. And I love the size. It's about the same size as the McLaren. Was that the Senna, I believe, for the GTR? I'm not sure. I have it in a box, haven't built it, but it's about the same size as that one. A little bit smaller than the actual Batmobile, which we reviewed a week ago, or 2 weeks ago, and it's way smaller than the actual 911 GT3 and the GTR, I believe is the last one we reviewed as well. I'm not remembering that well. It is the 911 one. So you do definitely have a nice little size advantage to the set. And for 905 pieces, it's a really wonderful set. That's kind of crazy though, because the Batmobile is a bigger set and it had slightly a few hundred more pieces. So I kind of wish this was a little bit bigger, but no, for $50, it's a really damn good bargain and it doesn't take up much space. So that being said, let's get into some more details about this here Bolide. So the Bugatti Bolide, as we have it here, is actually very awesome. Like it says, it has 1,500 horsepower. Its aerodynamics are really crazy, which Lego really tries to experiment with this and try to capture very well. Actually, it's funny that I say experiment because it's on my mind, because you see a lot of X's here, but these are printed pieces, by the way, on the fender reels, which are just smaller versions of the fenders from the 911, which I thought was kind of cool that they had those kind of versions on it. I mean, actually, this is all just a very smaller version of the 911 of the larger Technic set. So again, a good bargain. But anyway, so and I just break that piece off. God damn it. All right, cool. So right here, on these sides right here with the printed pieces, these X's, and then you also have this wonderful X over here on the back with the taillights. That is because this is an experimental car. I read online, and I thought that was really cool that the designers of the Bugatti put that in there. So you do get a lot of X's in here, and it is a real experimental car because they're really trying to push it. I mean, they took off a lot of the curb weight of the car. They replaced it with a lot of carbon fiber pieces, which you do have some carbon fiber stickers in here. It's pretty cool. And they just put the weight down drastically and just kept the same engine from the Chiron, which is that W16. Or the W16, that V8 in the back of it, which is really cool. We'll get into that in a minute as well. And it flies. It's a wonderful track car. It's a wonderful everyday track car. I don't know how much these actually cost. I'll probably put the cost on here. Probably really expensive. Or if we can actually buy these. But this is a one fast motherfucker. Okay, so let's get into some more details that Lego has put into this wonderful treat besides just the X's from the actual design of the Bugatti itself. Okay, so for playabilities, it's pretty simple. We have some wonderful Gulf wing doors here, which is awesome. It's actually really easy the way they did that. They just kind of put it on a Technic pin and called it a day. It's very simple design, and I'm really happy they did that. But you get 2 gold wing doors, which are really awesome. They can go up pretty well. It does a little hit the frame of the front end a little bit here with the windshield, so that's kind of annoying, but it does go on like that. See how that kind of hits? You probably can hear it. But you do have a detailed cockpit. As we take a closer look into the cockpit, you can see some stickers here for the seating. You get 2 seats with the safety harnesses and buckles, which is awesome. You also get a little computer and your shifters, which you can kind of see. Can't really make it out through this frame. I apologize for that. And of course, you have a printed Bugatti piece, which I have 2 of because they gave you 2 in the set, and it's right here. Isn't that fantastic? So you do get that printed piece. You do get the printed pieces in the top for the headlights, and you get the printed piece for the Bugatti. With a steering wheel, which does not steer the front wheels, which I'm kind of bummed about. I think the Batmobile kind of put a bad taste in my mouth for that end of not having an actual front wheel steering capabilities. But you do have a Technic gear right here, which does that for you, which is okay. To be honest with you, kind of the same way as the Batmobile, but to me, this looks better and is more, well, except for that brown right there, but it looks better and it's just more well concealed is the word I'm trying to say. It is better concealed. You also have some wonderful French-looking French symbols here, which is really cool. Sorry, think about that. But yes, that's really it for that. So that really works out, and they do turn, and it turns well. I will say that the actual turning mechanism here, this gear, they use this gear piece right here. I don't know the actual name of the brick. I apologize. It's a little rough, so it actually takes a little bit to turn it. It's not as loose as you would like it to be, but that's okay. Other than that, so that's the underside, since we're already here, and you get some nice little engine work on the bottom, which we'll get more detail about that as well. And yeah, so for the front end, that's pretty much what you have. You do have this wonderful recreation of the actual Bolide aerodynamics, and they do some wonderful building techniques from other Technic sets that are larger in scale. You do have your, I think I have a sticker on there actually, you do have your Bugatti right here as a printed piece, and I think you only get 1, so don't screw it up. And right here you get your nice little Bugatti front end from like the Chiron as well, which is wonderful. This car, aerodynamics are actually pretty awesome. Donut Media explains it better themselves in their own video, but it has like a golf ball texture like on the top. We don't really have this because it's not really for that scale. If they made a collector's version, you probably would, but you don't really get it. And they explain it better, but that's kind of how this car works. It has amazing aerodynamics, and Lego actually did a pretty decent job. And Lego did a pretty decent job of recreating that. I'll post a picture of the actual car, what it's supposed to look like, of course, in the video. All right, let's go to the back end here with the engine, because this is a mid-engine car. All right, so the mid-engine part of it, the tail end of the car, is pretty wild. It has that lovely anchor for the spoiler, which does kind of move. It's not really the sturdiest thing in the world, so that's kind of a bummer, but it does have a wonderful anchor, which is kind of just like the Hesco Absolute. Actually, I thought this car was very much one of the endurance racer prototypes that I've seen sometimes at Le Mans, so I thought this is what that was. It probably is, but this reminds me a lot of that tail piece, that anchor piece, so I really did enjoy building this piece. It's very simple. It's just using a Technic, and it has on top, has a Technic piece, and then it just has these nice little pins here, and you put the flat tiles on top like that with stickers. This thing has a lot of stickers. I have the sticker sheet next to me. Actually, I think it has like, what, 35 stickers in total, so it's a shitload of stickers on here, and they weren't really annoying to put on except for the diffuser, and we're going to that one second. So no, yeah, so the back end here, you do have these wonderful taillights, which we already saw for the extreme look of it, so that's pretty cool. And they're kind of annoying too, because they do kind of move around a little bit. But once you put the spoiler on, it pretty much locks everything in tight, so it's pretty neat. You have some more stickers on the side here for the more of these spoilers, and you have a wonderful diffuser, which is actually pretty big, and it's kind of annoying for these pieces. Let me take it off. So these are just some normal flat tile works, angled ones, and you have to put a sticker on the back and in the inside as well, so that's pretty fucking annoying. You had to do that at least, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. I didn't really care for that. In the actual Bolide, they moved the exhaust up, which like it is like this one. I kind of wish they gave me some silver tips for that. I don't like that they use just the gray Technic pins and then some normal whole ones, black ones on top of those. I didn't really care for that. I wish they redid those. But anyway, that's okay. But the diffuser is actually really huge, and it just adds more to the aerodynamics. And you can kind of move that diffuser a little bit because it is little Technic pins how it connects. See, just like that. So you can move it around to get more extra detail. And let's take a look at that motor. God damn it. So the motor is inside, and like always with Technic sets, you really do get a lot of detail when it comes into the moving parts, and I really like that. So as you can tell by moving the wheels, the rear wheels, you get some little piston action, which is wonderful. Look at that go. That is beautiful, which is cool because it's a loud set. And actually, the Bugatti this is a really loud car. When I were able to hear it, I never heard it in person, but when I've heard it on the videos that I've watched to research a little bit, you can see the engine a little bit when you rise up these carbon fiber pieces, but if not, you just put them down for the aerodynamics. You really can't get into it otherwise. You can flip it up like I showed you earlier, and that's kind of how the whole mechanism works, which is pretty dope. And as you see, it works. Isn't that just fantastic? So when you drive it, yes, you hear that? Music to my ears. So it is kind of loud, and they do work wonderfully. I'm going to probably put a little tag along this so you can see those pistons going up and down. But it is at over 16.4, which is really awesome, and I think they did a wonderful job on that engine. As always, I really enjoy Technic sets for their ability to capture the details of these cars. It makes you feel like you're working on a car, actually. And with something like this, you know, you really got to put a lot of detail into it. So just give it justice. And for 50 bucks, that's a damn good deal. Now, I know it sounds like I'm really kissing this car's ass, but I'm going to complain about a few things. Number one, I don't care for how much stickers there are. 35 stickers is a lot. There are some printed pieces, but realistically just 2. So I wish there was some more in there. Other than that, I'm not really crazy about these rims. I don't think they're really that accurate. They try their best to look exactly like the ones on the actual Bugatti Bolide, but I don't really care for them as much. I wish I did a little bit better. Plus, I hate that I can see this Audi sticking out for the actual Technic rod, which I do not enjoy. And overall, the look of the car is pretty passable. I do think there are a lot of gaps. It's kind of hard to do something ambitious like this with Legos, especially with Technic pieces, but you know, they tried their best and I appreciate that, but it doesn't flow as perfectly as I would like it to be. I do wish it was a little more consistent and it flowed well and it was smooth around the edges. There are some moments where some heavy gaps like this one right here or over here that I just do not enjoy very much. But it's the best that it will get, and I'm okay with that because it's not bad for $50 sets and not bad for the Technic set that it is. It does the Bolide justice, but not to an extreme amount of detail, but that's okay because you're paying for a $50 Technic set. So this amount of detail and level of building is pretty good for the value that you are getting. So it's a guaranteed buy for me, and I highly suggest that you go pick one up today. Even for the price of $50, you're getting a good deal. Overall, Lego Technic set 42151 Bugatti Bolide is a damn good set. You're getting a lot of bang for your buck. You're getting some amazing playability. You get a nice little display car to put on your desk. It doesn't take up much room, and it's quite simple to build. Only 4 bags in this set, which is very surprisingly for 905 pieces, but Lego keeps it simple. I do wish they were able to fix some rough corners around here and add a little more consistency and easier flow to it, but you know, I'm not upset about it. And I do wish they took the time to make a few more finishing touches on the set. But for 2023, this is a lovely addition to the Lego Technic lineup. And an excellent homage to the brilliance of Bugatti engineering and design, I guess. This is actually my first Bugatti. Don't know much about the company, but I really enjoyed this and learning about this car. So, go buy it. It's really good. It's a very good set. And that wraps it up. I'm Scott. Those were the bricks, and that was the review. Thank you for watching, for liking, and for subscribing, and for commenting as always. I love talking to you guys and discussing Legos as much as possible, and I appreciate you guys still checking out my content. Thanks.